Good evening. Welcome to the Board of Damocles. I'm your host, Jim Buchanan, and tonight I am going to build another one of those folded space organizers, this time for Dinosaur Island, which is definitely one of my favorite games. It's probably in my top 10. I love it. Folded Space has an organizer for the for both the Totally Liquid and Extreme Edition boxes. So this one is your Extreme Edition box, and like I said, I've got one for Totally Liquid too, which is back over here. They're the identical organizers, and they're the same, but yet you can pile it in for both. And right now what I'm doing for, let's call it organization, is more just like, where do I put stuff, right? If you have the Extreme Edition or have any of that, you know that this is insane. Like, the amount of stuff they piled into this thing is crazy. Now, the last time I played this in person with people, we had 5 of us. We were gonna play. It was gonna be a full game. Really cool, really excited about it. But the last time I played, I had to leave early. I was somewhere else and I left the game with somebody, and they put it away, and they did a fine job putting it away, but it wasn't perfect, right? It didn't go back exactly the way I would have done it or the way I had been doing it. Having said that, the only reason I put it back a certain way is because when I opened this box, I found somebody on BGG who had put in a how to put this game back in its box and put it out there. So, hey, there you go. But now, if I've got an organizer, well, hey, there we go. Now, the other part that is going to be a little tricky in this is just keeping the Totally Liquid stuff separate from the base game, from the Extreme Edition. Seems kind of weird to call it the base game when it's the Extreme Edition, right? I mean, come on. That seems a little strange, but either way, so that's what we're gonna do. All right, let's take a look. Okay, so first things first, let's take a look at kind of what the box looks like right now, right? Yeah, manual, hey, cool. All right, so, and we've got a whole bunch of, interlopers in there, some VIPs, we've got some hooligans, some visitors, and others. Just a bag of little plastic meeples, right? So, okay. You've got, your different boards for the companies here, so, and I've got 5 of them, which, this game, by default, really, this one plays 2 to 4, right? That's what it says. So, but when you have Totally Liquid, it plays up to 5. So, but, we've got the orange and the white, right there, right? So, let me, and then we've got green, purple, and blue. Okay, and then we've got all the different dice, okay? Plus a whole bunch of cards. Like I said, I'm gonna have to dig through these and probably sort them out, but that's okay, I don't mind that. So short game, medium game, long game, right? So you've got your objectives and stuff like that, your different cards. You've got the different dinosaurs here. We've got our large carnivores, we've got our small carnivores, we've got our herbivores. So that means that the Totally Liquid one has all the water dinosaurs in it. So, but here you can see we've got some of the habitats for water as well as the regulars, and that's okay. That's not a problem. And then all those metal coins, which sitting in here. There we go. And these look like they may all be the ones. I don't see any of the other denominations. They're probably in the other. Oh wait, nope. There's 10s. Okay, so they're probably a bunch of others in the other box. So we've got the dino meeples here, right? Some different ones. Pretty cool. Okay, so do like those. That is pretty cool. Anyway, got all of those kind of hiding out in that one piece there. And then you've got your different, the different constructions like the tool bench 2, that kind of thing. So those add-ons, as well as some more pins, habitats here. But these are your attractions, right? So you've got the roller coaster, the merchandise shop. So you've probably got some food vendors and stuff in there too. So what I'm gonna do is figure out, how do I get, here's the unassuming cardboard box, right? There's our, hey, that's the one. All right, folded space, DIN, okay? And if you've watched the one for TI4 with the Prophecy of Kings piece, with that expansion, then you know what this is gonna look like as far as the sheets and that kind of stuff is concerned. All right, so we'll open it up, take a look at this, and we'll talk about it. And I'll do the same sort of thing. I'm gonna put it together and then show you what it all looks like here. So, instructions, this one is a fairly standard 4-sheeter, so not too bad. And then, you get here's how it all goes in, which is pretty great. Game boards on bottom, these on top. Yeah, I don't know. I really love how this all goes in. It says it right here. Compatible with Dinosaur Island Extreme Edition. This same insert is also compatible with the Totally Liquid Extreme Edition expansion, which is what I've got. So 4 sheets. We've got A1, A2, B1, B2, and we'll go through and put these together. And hey, give me just a minute and I will set up for that. Okay, well, here we are set up. Just hey, just to let you know here, just like before, Aleene's original Turbo Tacky glue, that is what I'm going to use here. Premium all-purpose adhesive, dries 50% faster, it's non-toxic. It's just a basic resin glue. It's a very similar glue to your Elmer's and stuff like that, but I don't know. I like it. I actually bought it for some Tinker Turf. It's what they recommended. If you're not familiar with Tinker Turf, look that one up. They make some cool cardboard terrain that you can glue together. Anyway, nonetheless, let's get back to this, right? Okay, so again, 4 sheets, folded space. I didn't say this in the beginning, but this is not a sponsored video or anything like that. Folded Space is not paying for this. They're not contributing to it. I did pay for these. If you are looking for these, you can go to Folded Spaces. You can go to their site and you can order things directly from them, or they used to do these via Kickstarter. I think they've stopped doing that now. They have some distribution. They also have distribution with, again, not sponsored, but Game Nerds. They are, for me at least, a relatively local company in the Dallas area. So, hey, I can drive over there and pick stuff up now, which is cool. But nonetheless, they do have some sheets that you can purchase, or some things that you can purchase online and go pick up or have shipped to you. They have reasonable shipping, I will say, similar to, in a lot of ways, like a Miniature Market or something like that. I do not know if Miniature Market or Cool Stuff carries Folded Space, but let's just talk about why I like these real quick. It is very light. They are not they're not as heavy as, say, a Broken Token or a Meeple Realty, although both of those companies make excellent inserts and they are really wonderful. I do like these better, and let me just say why. So this is effectively like poster board on the sides here. In between here is like a memory foam almost, and there's enough rigidity to it, especially when you put them together and you glue them, that they hold up really well. But they're light, and I mean super light. They're easy to punch out. They're easy to glue together. Their instructions are really good. Yeah, for me, this is what works. And I have replaced a couple of my Meeple Realty and Broken Token inserts with things from Folded Space. I have some that honestly are silly. And what I mean by that is, like, I have one for 7 Wonders. It's kind of goofy, but I do, and I love it. It's fantastic. It makes setup better for everything. It makes getting things out easier and better. I'm really, really anxiously awaiting several things actually, but Lost Ruins of Arnak, they've got one coming for that. I'm excited about that one. More excited about something that I don't think has been announced, but I hope will happen, which is, you know, Geek Up bits from Board Game Geek for Lost Ruins of Arnak, but I digress. This is about the Dinosaur Island Extreme Edition insert, the FSDIN, if you will. Okay, so first thing here says we're going to take tray 1A, 1B. We're going to make those from sheet A1 and sheet A2. These sheets are the same. These are A1 and A2. Okay, we've got the little notch in the bottom right. That's how we can tell that we have them oriented correctly. Looking at the sheets, just kind of the shapes and stuff, we know these are A1, A2. This is B1, B2 over here. I'm gonna set this one to the side because we're not gonna use either of those. But looking at this, again, just kind of what you need to do there. Really simple. Let's go ahead and put that one together. Let's set that one to the side. Okay, all right, so I have done a dry fit of those first few pieces, just so you can see those here. One of the things I like to do setting these up, not only does it let you kind of see how it's done, but also I can run the strips of glue on here so that everything fits together and I get it in all the right places. It makes it a little easier for me, at least my opinion, to get exactly that in here, get the glue where you want it. So let's go ahead and start that process here. So all those places that are going to touch, I run just a bead across, not super thick, not super thin, but yeah, just run a real quick bead. Some people will do like a little brush, something like that. That works too. However you want to do it is fine. Okay, and then the next step is to just bring these up right there like that. Bring these pieces forward, and we're going to do that. Now, I will say I did miss on this one, so we'll fix it on the next one, but did miss that little spot right there that makes some contact. So depending on how you want to do it, you can, if you want, just stick it in right there too, so that you get a little extra, just a little extra glue in there. So there we go. But set those up there like that. Set them down. And it does get sticky. It's by no means is it super glue, of course, but it does get pretty tacky, pretty quickly. And you just rub that extra little bit, that squeeze it out there. It does dry clear, so you can kind of brush it along, but you'll be able to see it if you do get it or too much along some of the places, but it's not too bad. These insert pieces, if you find that they're problematic just going in like this, as far as like they keep coming out or they're loose or something, not usually the case with these little pieces here that are in the middle on a lot of these. If there's one that has a lot of them, I might glue that one, but this one I don't feel the need to glue. It's just the one piece. Let's go ahead and do this one too. Okay, there's our first two trays. All right, looking at the next step, Looks like we're going to do, well, just about the same thing again. It's going to be tray 1A, 1B. It's going to be sheet A1, A2. And it's going to be just about the same stuff there. Cool. All right. Looking at this, there's some fine print here that you need to read, right? So this first one is for use in the Dinosaur Island Extreme Edition. This second version, tray 1A, 1B, is for use in the Totally Liquid Extreme Edition expansion. So finished tray would look like this for the regular Dinosaur Island, and for Totally Liquid it's going to look like that. So we're going to skip over that one. We're going to go here to 2A, 2B, because this one is just going to be for Dinosaur Island for now. Okay, so that's going to take us to using a different sheet. So we're going to do a couple of these, and it looks like we're going to use this piece here. Oh, that piece right there. This one here, this one here, this one here, this one here. Okay, are we using this little corner? We are. We're using that cool little corner piece there too. So, all right, and that corner piece there, we're not using this one or this one. Okay, very good. Set that up there. Okay, throw that off to the side, and go ahead and punch this one out. All right, this is the Board of Damocles, and picking up where I left off the other day, you'll notice there's a slight difference in the angle and stuff like that, so apologize for that, but rookie mistake. Battery ran out. Anyway, so this time we are, like I said, picking up where we left off with Dinosaur Island and working on, if you recall, well, of course you do. It's like, right, you didn't have to wait. But either way, I'm working on 2A and B here, and there's a couple of them here, so, but take a look at that. So this is kind of how it looks all flattened out. Okay, so now we're gonna glue up the robot man looking thing here, which is trays 2A and B, and we'll make sure those look good. Looks like these are probably gonna hold some cards. As you can see, they've got the little kind of finger notch there, so that'll work. Okay, this next one is for the Totally Liquid Extreme Edition, and I'm not going to build this one just yet. So, but just to give you an idea of what is required here, it's really some. Let me show you on the sheet. It is this bottom one here. Let me see if I can bring that into focus. There we go. Right. So, all right. Yeah. So, as we're kind of looking at this, these are kind of risers, I guess, if you will. If you look at how these kind of raise up a platform, and so the box goes down really tightly. I feel like this is one of those things that makes this this company, Folded Space, really great, is that they do things like that to make it a good experience. So, but those pieces are here and in the on the sheets there. So I don't think I'll be building those. So let's flip this over and go to the next one. The next one is tray 5. And this is from sheet B1 and B2. And we're going to build these. As you get to building some of these things, I mean, you get a pretty good feel without even looking at them. It's pretty simple to figure out how they go together. It's a relatively simple puzzle, right? So, all right, so here we go. And I'll go ahead and glue these up just like we always have with the inside here. So. Had a little bit of kind of a little bit more than I probably wanted to put in there. You can just wipe those, and since it does dry clear, and that's one thing that if that would bug you, buy a brand that dries clear. The Turbo Tacky does dry clear. I did kind of do a little bit of overage on some of these in the bottoms there, and you can't really see it. Because it does dry clear. So. But there's tray 5. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one here. So we just did this long one here, tray 5. So we're going to do tray 6, which is going to look more like just kind of a regular square rectangle thing. So then we'll do 7, which is going to be a divided one like this, and then 8, which is a lots of divided one. So there's 3 left, and we will do all 3 of those here. So with this one, because it is split on the bottom, you may want to do a little bit of glue here. Totally up to you. It will be a little bit weaker in the middle if you don't. But because it is glued in at the sides all along here, should be okay. But if you did want to do it, you certainly could. We have a similar one with this. I am going to go ahead and with this one, because it's a little bit bigger, do that. Okay, lots of pieces with this one. Okay, so the directions actually say to put these in first, and that's why, because you need to get this in down here like that. So let's go ahead and add a little bit of glue here in that spot, right there. We'll add a little bit more right here too. And I'll go ahead and put a little bead here for the other one. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and take this out. Put a little bit here on the sides, on the bottom. Give it as much surface area as we can to glue onto. Okay, well, this was the last one that I put together. This one, it is important to, sorry about that, but it is still wet, so I can kind of give you an idea of how this one goes. You can see how these kind of fold up into this. It's important to put these pieces in, the 2 middle pieces, unlike usual. you definitely want to get those in before you put the sides on. You want to get these two middle pieces in as well as that. I'm not gluing these pieces. There's there's so much surface area there. They're not really gonna slide around or anything, so I'm not too worried about it. But there you go. But these are pretty easy. It's just two pieces again that kind of stitch together there. So I glued those two together, put some glue on the bottom of these two inner pieces and a little bit on the sides in there so that they really will stick pretty tight, because it is a long edge here. So just to give it a little extra rigidity, went ahead and glued those in. So that looks like everything. Now let's go get the box and see, let's go get it all put in and see what, let me give you an idea. Okay, so backing out, that's everything that we put together. There is quite a bit left over for the totally liquid version of this. So there's probably an opportunity to make an extra box or two, maybe out of some pieces, or do some things there that might be kind of fun. So we'll save it for later. Okay, so here is our Dinosaur Island Extreme Edition box with all the stuff still in it. And let's take a look and see just one more time kind of everything that's in there, right? A whole lot of stuff. Big bag and some Rulebook 2.0, boards, all of that stuff. So we're going to see how this all fits in. I think we're going to end up taking all of this out, of course, the cardboard that's there, and there is a legend here, kind of telling us kind of how everything goes in, but and how the trays all lay out. So game boards are going to go on the bottom, and then we'll have a couple of trays there and some surroundings. So let's get started on that one. All right, let's take a look. Okay, well, so let's get it all put in and see how this all works here. All right, so the first thing is these game boards are going to go down and they're going to press up against one side here like this, just because those will fit snug right there. Let's go ahead and put the dice and the VIPs there, the cards, the attractions, and the constructions and paddocks will go here like this. Then you'll have your two card pieces that go there. But before we do that, let's go ahead to make it easy on ourselves, or easier maybe. Let's go ahead and put the Dino Meeples in there. Then the cards will go in snug just like that. And as you can see, we've got a couple of the player pieces here. A couple more go here. These go right on top of that, and they fit really well and flush. Okay, and then we've got the coins that are going to go there, and we've got coins that go here. All right, those look pretty good. And I say that, actually the coins don't go like that, they go like this. Sorry about that. And it looks like all of our recipes here, large carnivore, small carnivore, etc., are going to fit right in here like that. That is really pretty snug. I like it. Nice. So that goes in there like that. And then, you know, it looks like we're just doing the old rules on top thing, right? So let me, before I even do that though, let's go ahead and put the bag in there like this. Maybe that'll help to help keep this kind of down, pushed in there, give it a little bit more of that that tight feel on top. Put this in there so that we don't forget how to put it all back, right? There we go. And I will tell you, the box goes all the way down as opposed to the way I had it before. So the only thing that's not in there, I suppose, these were in there before these dice were, and this. So that could be a pretty big difference there. But that is how you do the Dinosaur Island Extreme Edition. The Totally Liquid is almost exactly the same, except there's a little riser at the bottom for the others. And, you know, obviously the different pieces go into different places. Okay, so we've got everything built now, and I'm gonna load this into the Totally Liquid Extreme Edition. So this is a second set that I've built, and just for the Totally Liquid Extreme Edition. It is the same as the one for the Dinosaur Island Extreme Edition, but it is also compatible with the Totally Liquid Extreme. So we're going to use this on the back to load this in. It is slightly different actually than what it says here, but let's get started on that. One thing I would recommend is probably going to the Folded Space website. If this doesn't give you enough, it does have some pictures with some directions and things like that that'll help you out. As you can see here, I don't have this fully loaded, and I have all of the pieces in here. I do need to probably go back through my Dinosaur Island and pull the ones out that are specific for the Extreme Edition, the Totally Liquid Extreme Edition here. If I go back through that one and pull those out, I would be able to fill those up. Certainly more so than these are, and less packed in the other, and that would be fine. But either way, so here we go with that. Those are just fine, and then we're going to go ahead and load the tray with the dice and the Mega Rex and the cube markers there. This is very similar to what you saw before. So let's go ahead and load some of these in there as well. So this is the Totally Liquid, so we'll load phase 1 and phase 2 here on top, and that will go down there. And then the next thing that we're going to do, after we've got those filler grids, we put that on there, put the game boards there to make a platform for the trays and the recipe tiles that are going to go up above here. And then on top of the trays are going to go the remaining boards there. And that'll help keep everything packed down pretty tightly. So, all right, so this next step here is going to be these two card pieces here. And there's a lot of leftover room here. Same thing, probably need to pull those out and put them in here so that we've got everything kind of all in one place, one location. So that fits nice and snug there. This is going to go here like that. This, if you remember right, is, if you remember from before, is where the coins were, and they had the little divider there. I'm not using those this time around to place those in, but let's go ahead and place these as well. These are the extra player pieces. These are the Pandasaurus pieces, the small dinosaurs, and just some random cardboard pieces as well. And then we've got the recipes there. Now, not all of them are in there, but they are nice and snug. We'll snag this one and put it down right there. Be nice and flat. Lay this down here. And then we've got just a tiny bit of room there, really to lay these facilities tiles down also, which is good because I think that'll help keep everything nice and snug and tidy in there. All right, there we go. Put those on top there, and then, hey, guy can't pass up that first player slap bracelet there. Put the rules up on top of that, the directions on how to put it all back. There we go. All right, good deal. And looks nice and snug. It is does lay flat there, so very good. And you can tell, keeps it all pretty nice and tight. So thank you for watching the Board of Damocles. This has been not so much an unboxing, but an assembly of the Folded Space Dinosaur Island Extreme Edition and the Dinosaur Island Totally Liquid Extreme Edition pieces, and everything that goes along with that for those inserts, again from Folded Space. If you liked the video, hit like. If you want to subscribe to the channel. I do put some stuff out, not on a regular basis, but certainly welcome to do that. Let me know in the comments there, and hope you have a great night. Thanks.